Just got out of Mission Impossible. I don't know why people were saying it was, they were having mixed reviews. I thought that it was really good, a really good ending. I'm gonna give more of my thoughts when I get into the car. It's a bit noisy here now. It's a late night show. But what I will say before I get to the car is it's not my favorite Mission Impossible, but it was still really good. The set pieces for this movie, especially the underwater set piece, it's got to be the best out of all the Mission Impossible. So that on its own is worth the price of admission. So you have to watch it on the big screen for sure. So like I said, I wasn't sure why people were giving mixed reviews. I mean, I understand if you don't think it's as good as the best of the best Mission Impossible movies. For example, for me, my favorite ones are Fallout. What's the one after Ghost Protocol? Rogue Nation. Yeah, Rogue Nation. Those are my favorite too. I would say this one is right up there as probably, except for the first one. I don't like to rank the first one. I think that first one is like, it's a Brian De Palma movie and it's completely different to like the more modern ones. But I think Final Reckoning is better than Dead Reckoning for sure. And it's to me, it's better than 3, better than Ghost Protocol. So yeah, I thought it was really good. The plot wise, I understand why I'm sure people didn't like it, especially it's a 3-hour movie, by the way. 3-hour movie. The weakest hour is that first hour for sure. And I think that's why people maybe didn't feel like they were into it like the previous ones. It was the editing and the cutting. The plot was a little bit like this. It's like they were trying to fit so much setup, and they were trying to tie it back not just to, Dead Reckoning, but they were trying to tie it back. And you saw a little bit of this in Dead Reckoning as well, but they're trying to tie it back to like all the previous Mission Impossible movies, particularly, I don't want to spoil anything, so particularly one of the ones from the previous ones that's not Dead Reckoning. And it seemed a little bit contrived, but and also the way they did that was weird with the editing, like chronologically even. But it made sense. It's fine. I think this is the last one, so they wanted to make it like, they wanted to set up everything so that the second 2 hours was really great. It was great. And I would say plot wise, story wise, it's not in the top 2 or 3, like I said, but they make up for it with the set pieces, man. The final set piece, and you guys saw in the trailers, like with the airplanes. That's a little spoiler already, but with the airplanes, that one was amazing. That one was great. But there's another set piece in here, and you might have seen it in the trailers as well. And it has to do with, being underwater. And that one is some of the best, if not the best set piece I've seen from a Mission Impossible movie. I mean, that one was, to me, I was like getting an anxiety attack watching that one. So that one, I would say just for the set pieces alone, I'm bumping it up to a solid 8 movie, which is, for me, is really, really 8 out of 10. For me, that's really high, especially for an action movie, genre movie like this one. So yeah, man, definitely, if you're a fan of any of the Mission Impossible movies, go watch it in theaters. Support your local theater. I watched it in the D-box seats. I don't have IMAX close to me, so I watched it in the Atmos theater with the moving seats, the 4D seats. I did that. I usually do that for the big like action blockbuster films, and this is one of them. It's worth the price. Amazing movie. It's 3 hours long, and that first hour is a bit janky. It's late, so my vocabulary is a bit off, sorry. But yeah, but if you can get through that and you like Mission Impossible, definitely go watch it in theaters. That last hour and a half, amazing. And for some of you movie buffs out there, some of you Severance fans out there, you know, you'll recognize a few faces. Okay, I wanted to cut in here really quickly because I wanted to mention this also. I forgot just now. That what I really liked about this installment too is it was obvious that they didn't take themselves too seriously. They acknowledged some of the tropes we've known from the previous Mission Impossible movies, particularly with relation to Ethan's sort of fatal flaw. They used it as a plot device, but they also acknowledged it, which is kind of funny to me. It made me also understand that they know what they're doing. They're not trying to hide the fact that this is how all happening again. And also there are a couple things that ended up becoming comedic relief, and you'll see when you watch it, where they sort of took a couple shortcuts in resolving some things in the movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, they didn't take it themselves too seriously, and I think it actually made it slightly better. Yeah, have fun, and yeah, I haven't been posting a lot on this channel. Been busy, obviously, but I'll be back here and there. Maybe sometimes just making videos like this. Sometimes talking about. We'll see. You'll see. Stay subscribed. Easy breezy out. Peace.